Well, if I ruled the world, the term post-racial would not exist. I don't see post-racial as a goal. Let me clearly say what I mean here. I don't think race is to be transcended. Race itself is not a problem. We all have race and history and region and gender and class. We all have histories. We're all from someplace. And I don't think the goal is to say that, we're now all in this fabulous, neutral, happy place, but rather to say, well, can we hear each other's stories? Can we, sort of take the weave and overlap of the experience and really understand it as one thing with a lot of strands that sometimes really have clashed and bumped up against each other? Can we reconcile a violent history? Can we reconcile the inequities of the present? Post-raciality doesn't accomplish anything per se. And I think that what it would also mean is rushing past that which has not been altogether resolved. Now, on the other hand, are we in a place where, if there is such a thing as the national conversation on race, has maybe moved forward? Yes, I think we are in that place. And I think that part of it is, that the country has done something it's never done before. It's elected an African-American president. It's elected an African-American president who, in his own background, reflects the incredible and fascinating diversity of African-Americanness, of blackness, if you will. Yes, blackness can be brought up in Indonesia. I think that that's actually a very, very interesting that he still places himself under the sign of blackness. But it's, there are different pieces to it because there are different pieces to being black. So that's very important that we have done something different from what we've done before. And also, very importantly, that white people have, all of the millions of white people. You can't even speak of that as a collective. It seems absurd. So it should seem absurd to talk about black people as a collective. But that what people did was they made, to my mind, the excellent choice, right? That they did not let racial thinking interfere with making what they felt was the choice that was best for the country. Now that's liberation, actually. That's very, very powerful. To say, I'm not going to let this old thinking, in fact, lead me to make a poor choice. That, I think, is a very, very important thing. And so, now in ways both that Obama himself has led us to, his extraordinary speech in Philadelphia, the so-called race speech, which, I think will be taught for hundreds of years to come as a very important American speech, in a way that really recognizes a lot of paradigms in a racial conversation, but also says, let's have a different conversation, right? So he's helped us move forward in that regard. And also there's some stuff that happens just because he and his wife and his children and his mother-in-law are in the societal spaces that they're in now for all to see. It is incalculable. And when I say incalculable, I say that, I don't know, you don't know, nobody knows the kind of cultural work that that's doing. Black women for so many hundreds of years defamed and kept outside of the category of lady. And now the first lady of the United States is an African American. That these people are living in a house in part built by enslaved black people, maintained by black people, and they are living in that house. The symbolics are very, 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 very powerful, and I'm fascinated to see how it's going to unfold.